Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome once again to another session of Living World of Darkness, New York by Night. Tonight we find Lady Sheridan driving through Astoria to a small rundown jazz bar called JD's Bar. When she steps out of the car, she'll notice that it's probably not the usual establishment she'd frequent. It's a bit beaten up looking. There's a couple of undesirable types kind of hanging around outside. But some cool jazz kind of sounds from within, so it's not all bad. It's The street is relatively quiet. It's not a busy night, but it's not the nicest area of Astoria. But it's still quite a nice neighborhood, so we're not talking like junkies and stabbings going on here. It's a relatively quiet night.
Getting out the car and tucking her newspaper under one arm, Lady Sheridan just walks quite confidently into the bar,
Okay.
completely ignoring the people around that she doesn't particularly care to acknowledge.
When she gets inside, the outside, kind of is reflective of the inside. It looks like it looked like once upon a time, like 20 years ago maybe, it was a relatively cool place to hang out. There's a few booths, there's a wooden stage at the end of the, sort of at the opposite end of the bar. There's a couple of jazz musicians on stage kind of plucking away at their instruments. But it's quite quiet, there's a few people propping up the bar. One of which Lady Sheridan will recognise as Limey. He's wearing a charcoal grey suit with a knitted tie, open at the neck, his usual pork pie hat, and he's staring mournfully into a glass of whiskey.
I take it something urgent happened?
He kind of looks over Lady Sheridan and kind of raises an eyebrow and kind of nods at her in greeting. Oh, urgent's probably not the word. Just the meeting's going down. Thought we'd invite you along. I'll explain the context when we're somewhere a little more private. I just thought I'd stay in plain view so you could come and meet me. He looks around and sees an empty booth in the corner, and he gets up and he walks over to it. He sort of like gestures with his head for her to follow him.
Lady Sheridan stalks over and takes a seat, crossing her legs at the ankle.
Limey kind of slides into the booth and kind of makes himself comfortable. Puts his whiskey down on the table. At which point I'll head over to Marcus. What are you doing here, man?
Marcus, having sat in his car for a good couple of minutes now, just pulled up a good sort of 10-15 meters away from where Lady Sheridan's car was parked. He will now be making his way towards the entrance of the bar, sort of staggering in his steps, just as if he's counting in his head, just a few more seconds before he comes in to make it seem believable.
Okay. Are you walking in, or should we go back to David?
Yeah, he'll walk in about now. Yeah, let's say that. He'll go towards the entrance to the bar, sort of peek around the corners a little bit before opening the door and lowering his head, sort of looking around the place, seeing the musicians and seeing if there's any seats nearby the sort of performance area available.
Yeah, there's a couple of tables dotted around, small little circular things, there's a couple of candles, some of them are lit, most of them are out, most of them are burned down. It's getting a little bit late in the night now.
Is there any any seats sort of by a window, sort of facing the cars at all? Or would that be a push?
Closest to the entrance of the bar, yeah. You'll be furthest away from the stage, but yeah, there's a like sort of like nearest to the window, and you can view outside the window, and it gives you a good view of the bar, including the booths and the sort of musicians and that kind of thing.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna plop himself in sort of optimal positioning near the window, so he gets a better overall look of things. He'll just sit himself down and open out the paper he was reading in the hotel.
Is he trying to be vaguely discreet, or will he be well?
Yeah. Should I roll Dex Stealth for this, or?
I would think charisma stealth might work in this one.
Okay.
I mean, I'm open to manipulation, stealth, or something else. I just don't think it's dex based.
Yeah.
It's more about perception.
Not really stalking. Like if you're trying to blend in, maybe maybe it would be a charisma check. If that's a group.
Yeah, sure. One success.
Ooh.
Do you want to make a perception check and see if you spot him?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to know the guy, am I? But yeah, I'll give a perception check.
You might have noticed that he came in after Sheridan, because I'm guessing you've probably chosen the side of the booth with a better view of the place. Quite possible it could be the other way around.
Yeah, you're facing away from Marcus currently.
So you might have noticed him come in and look around and be sitting by himself and probably not dressed like most of your patrons.
Probably not. Yeah. But what's your character wearing, mate?
Very much sort of the get-up I'm wearing at the moment. He's just in trackies, a little hoodie, and flat cap. Looking quite sort of scruffy and rugged, but at the same time, he doesn't look like a slob. It's almost as if it suits him. It just sort of gives off this magnetism a little bit.
I've just been at the gym look rather than I slept in these clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's quite a popular street look, isn't it? Just look like another denizen of the night, really, I suppose.
Yeah.
I got 2 successes, both of which were 10s, so that's a relatively good roll. Is your character making any effort to look like he's breathing, look like he's blinking, anything like that?
Not at all in the slightest, but you will notice his skin colour is, well, it's got somewhat more of a flush of colour to it than a regular kindred would.
Okay, but he's not blinking or breathing or anything. He's not got a dream.
Nothing like that in the slightest.
If I hadn't gotten quite as good a roll, I'd have probably ignored that. But it's like, if it's cool with you, the character's probably going to make a note of it.
That's cool with me, yes, certainly.
Sweet. Lady Sheridan will might notice Limey kind of furrow his brow a little bit and kind of crane his head around the side of the booth.
And then she'll look back and presumably make a perception roll as well. Let's see. Dice. And that would be perception alertness, wouldn't it?
Yeah, perception alertness.
Which he doesn't have the best dice pool on, but
well, he got 1 success, so there's every chance.
Yep. Yep. So that's 2, because I think the difficulty is 6 usually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What on earth is he doing here?
Right, listen, play it cool, Miss Sheridan, play it cool. Yeah, kind of pops back into the bar and sort of gestures for her to keep her shit on the down low.
Mm.
Who's
She
he?
gestures for the bartender to come over to make an order.
He's not going to come over. It's not that kind of bar.
Yeah, she's still trying.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. He's probably got a like make a charisma expression roll.
To be fair, it's mostly covering for the fact that you're wandering off to deal with this, and she's kind of sitting there. But
I'm not wondering. I'm not wondering enough to deal with it. I'm still sat with you. And in
oh,
fact,
okay.
it'll be.
No, never mind then.
I expect it to
Thought
be.
when you said keep it on the low and went to investigate the bar that you were like,
No. I just said keep your shit on the down low.
oh, okay.
If you'd like to make a I think it would be appearance expression.
Well,
'Cause
no, she would only be trying to get it to cover the fact that you're off, so that her attention seems to be elsewhere rather than
oh, I see. Okay,
him.
fair enough. In that case, I'll shut up.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, he kind of leans across the table a little bit and his brow furrows. Who's he exactly? Friend of yours?
Some guy that was giving the concierge a hard time earlier.
What, staying in the same hotel?
Yeah, something about how nobody's allowed to touch his magic mask.
His magic mask.
Yeah, it's his income as a I don't know, some kind of wrestler or something.
Wrestler or something.
Yes, he seemed very proud about it.
You might use macho
Can't
tap
say
for
he
that.
made a huge impression.
Yeah, macho man, what are you going to do? Like Lady Sheridan will probably notice that Limey is almost he's not making as much of an effort to be charismatic tonight. He's kind of in his element. He's kind of slumped a little bit. No, he's not blinking, right? Or breathing.
I didn't quite notice.
Well, maybe my eyes are just a little bit more. Maybe I'm just a little bit more alert than you tonight. Who knows?
Well, given the fact that he barely seemed to shut up, I don't think the breathing came up.
Maybe not. So, what did you two talk about?
Not much. He was complaining about the maids touching his mask, and I was getting my post, and then he went on about how it's his livelihood, and I get that appearance is important, but surely you would just put the mask in a drawer.
Maybe
It wasn't
so.
like it was damaged, it was just moved so they could make the bed.
Well, it's you know what? Some people a little bit possessive about this stuff. Like I probably, if a maid touched my hat while I was in a hotel room, I probably wouldn't be. Right, maybe I wouldn't complain about it, but But anyway, that's not the point. Like, what? So you had no idea he was kindred? Do you think he sussed you?
I don't know. Possibly. That is somewhat worrying.
Especially seeing as he followed you here.
Yes. She resists the urge to look back and see what he's up to.
Let me think. Okay, you stay here for a minute. He gets up from the bar and kind of straightens his suit jacket. And takes half off his hair back, and then he turns on presence one, which is 6. That's 2 successes. All's gone off quite nicely.
Cool. I am going to try. Are you sure it would be expression, not leadership?
You're not leading them, are you? You're expressing your. But I mean,
Authority.
if that's your preferred skill, I'm sure it would work. It would just be a
No,
set.
no. I mean either is fine. I'm just saying that it kind of seems to be an expression of authority. But no, I will go with appearance, expression. It's easy enough. There's only 1 dice difference anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Only the 1 success, but
With the 10, I mean, it's he's a barman. You're a good-looking girl. He's probably going to come over and ask you, yeah, what can I do for you?
and she'll order a drink. But it's mostly so that it's clear that her attention is elsewhere, and so she doesn't spook her tail before Limey's able to do whatever it is he's doing. She's also resisting the urge to look back and see what's going on behind her.
Okay. She might notice that the barman's eyes flicker towards Limey for a moment, and he's almost like concentrating on him for a brief moment before he goes to fetch the drinks.
Mm.
Meanwhile, you might want to unmute yourself, dude. A relatively well-dressed man, like you heard the description earlier, walks over. Quite handsome, but broken nose, that kind of thing. Really rakish. Like quite lean, a little bit skinny. And he walks over towards your table, and you get like a feeling from him, for want of a better phrase, you kind of want to be around him. He's got some kind of charisma. You can't quite put your finger on it, but there's something about him. You're kind of interested in him, and he walks over to your table. Hey, man.
Marcus will look up from its newspaper and shoot you an inquisitive gaze before smiling. You're right there, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Right. I don't know, man. Bar's kind of quiet tonight. You look like an interesting character. I'm over and say hello. Name's Limey. Good to meet you. He sticks his hand out for you to shake.
Limey, eh? Wonder where you got that name. He'll offer you his hand to shake as well.
And how strong is that grip?
Oh, very strong. Very, very, very strong.
You kind of, shake the hand firmly, but with strength too. It's just a normal handshake. Hey, listen, man. I know those men that. Can I talk to you outside for a bit?
Sure. Yeah.
Don't worry, mate. I don't bite.
Sure. Come on then. Let's go for it. And he'll stand up.
He takes a walk outside and walks to the right of the bar until he reaches the mouth of like an alley, like just a dead end alley, and he stands kind of in the entrance, just kind of shallow where there's no one around.
Lady Sheridan's going to ask the barman when he comes back with her drink about a rear exit. See if she can pop round to the shadows of the alley. She'll have to look in the alleys on both sides, but she can kind of...
Yeah, darling. It's you take a look at the stage there.
Mm-hmm.
The right-hand side, you got that fire escape there.
Thank you, and I trust it's not alarmed.
Does it look like this place has alarms?
Doesn't hurt to inquire.
Let me know if I can get you anything else.
Thank you.
Wanders back towards the bar.
And she will take a leisurely stroll outside, pretending to get a cigarette from her bag, which she doesn't have a cigarette in, and head out the back door and try and find her way around within easy listening distance, but without revealing herself. Which I'm guessing will be a stealth roll, which she doesn't have.
It will be a stealth roll. There's a couple of bins and stuff to the left of the fire escape, which will cover your, it will cover you. But it's like, so that's gonna, it's your difficulties, you got somewhere to hide. It's not going to be more than average.
And it's quite dark, so I'm guessing it's low difficulty, but she's still going to be at a -1 because she doesn't have stealth.
Yeah, it'll be
Dice
difficulty
pool.
5. It'll be difficulty 5, and it'll be like a dexterity based roll.
Cool. So Dex -1. Which is not great, but successes. So unless they're looking for her, she's probably okay.
Bearing in mind it's a fire escape, the door did open. If I don't know, if you've kind of ducked down behind the bins, then that's one thing. But it's I would personally, I'm going to make a perception roll. I don't know if you want to make one too. Maybe.
Yes, but you know that I'm likely to be coming out.
No, I don't. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not going to shock him, but it's going to have a look.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He knows
Like
that she's aware of him and
Yeah.
that what's going on, kind of thing. He might assume she's still sat at the table. But then he can make a perception as well if he wants.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I was going to make a perception.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you making one too, mate, or?
Which way would you be sort of facing in the alley? Would you be sort of looking outwards towards the street or back towards where the door was? So I'm just thinking where I would be in relation to that.
Well, if he's turned into the alley, he would be on the wall, kind of
Okay.
facing away from the bar entrance, but shallow into the alley. So if you're looking at him, you're going to be kind of sort of stood on the side with the bins. That can't, that's if you choose to stand there. If you're facing him, like in the mouth of the alley. But it's just a perception awareness, man.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say he's a little bit edgy, a little bit on edge, rather.
Yeah, he's just been invited into an alley by a strange man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a perception alertness.
That
which
is
a
fair
botch.
enough, yes.
So, yeah, I see absolutely nothing.
Okay, cool.
I'm rendered blind for 5 seconds there.
I've gotten one success. So yeah, actually, I mean, it's like I heard the door open, maybe, or think I heard sound in the alley, but it's just a cat. Like, listen, man, I know probably don't get invited into alleys by strange men all the time, but I can't help but notice, bud. You're not breathing. You're not blinking either. Your skin looks the right colour, but you certainly. Well, that's certainly the only human thing about you.
What else would I be exactly?
Kind of glances around. Listen, mate, I'm on the level. Like, I think you know what I'm talking about, don't you? You look like a relatively bright boy.
What was it you call yourself? Limey?
Limey.
Limey.
And you?
Listen, Limey, where I come from, they call me the Vice.
Ooh, the Vice. Very frightening.
It's not a good idea to be, giving away your condition.
But that's the thing. I'm not giving it away. You're in the know. And besides, I never said I was, I never said I was anything other than a human. However, you didn't argue with me, so.
Yeah, you got me there.
Hey, listen, man. I'm not You know, you look like a pretty powerful man. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna tangle with you, especially not at this close. But you know, like you're new to the city. What you've been around here a while?
New to this part, yeah.
Into this part, Queens. This is where orders from on high came down that us lowly neonates should be setting up our domains.
I see. So, things are pretty set up here. I thought, well, my goal didn't tell me different. I would have thought this is a barony from what I've seen so far.
Mate, in honesty, this city's so cowboys and Indians, I'd make you a bad right there. I mean, I don't know how much you know if you met anyone else, but that's the point. Who's what side of the fence are you sitting on, man?
You strike me as a cammy bastard, so I'll just say I'm a cammy bastard. You'll just have to trust me.
And I'll agree with you that I'm a cammy bastard, and you'll just have to trust me. I like this. I like this mutual trust thing. It's groovy, man. It's groovy.
So,
yeah. See, here's the thing. You followed a friend of mine earlier. Tall lady, quite pretty. Met in the hotel, yeah?
she's not your ghoul, is she? I was thinking I
Oh,
might give a
no.
little nibble.
Nah, she's not my girl, man. Nah. She's a Ventru. Didn't you notice?
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, son. Oh yeah, but don't worry, she didn't suss you either. It took old Limey to step in to bring this party together.
Yeah, perceptive little bugger. You know what, Limey, you're alright.
You seem pretty alright yourself. What do I call you, Vice? The Vice?
Marcus.
Marcus, man. Good to make your acquaintance. He kind of sticks his hand out.
Yeah, he'll actually go to fist bump you.
He'll like kind of for a moment like go to like shake the fist. He doesn't really know, and then he kind of fist bumps and he gets it. He's like, yeah, all right. Kind of like smooths himself out a bit because he knows he lost his cool. Listen, anyway, if people walk by and see two devilishly handsome men like us sat in this alley, they're going to think something's up. So do you want to sit back inside, grab a booth?
Well, I certainly would come to that conclusion. Lady Sheridan said, strolling out from the other side of the alley.
Oh, fucking hell.
He turns to look at her. I thought I told you to wait inside.
You told me not to give you away.
No, I said wait here. Listen,
We've got a
alright.
perceptive little bugger, and we've got an inquisitive little bugger. Well, please forgive me for my earlier introduction.
Transgressions.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. You got it on sharp there. So. Yeah, forgive
I
me.
like it, man. There's a couple of Brits kicking around in this city. Like, but I mean, that aside, look, now it does look odd. Now all three of us are sat in the alley. Right. What you wanna? Should we step inside? The band's just heating up in there, man. I've seen these guys play before. They're sick. They're sick.
Well, you did have something you wanted to talk to me about, she says, walking between the two guys and then turning to head to walk back into the bar.
Limey will catch Marcus's eyes and then look at her bum. Oh, what? Guys?
Yeah,
Oh, Marcus is frozen. Sorry.
I think so, yeah. We might have to give him a sec to unfreeze.
Yeah. I wonder if he can hear us.
Well, he could hear me earlier when for some unknown reason, my laptop decided it didn't want to it didn't want to work. The speakers just weren't doing anything. I restarted it and it was fine. I have no idea what was wrong.
Yeah.
I was quite relieved when that all turned out okay.
Oh, mine froze up last night. It was all a bit touch and go.
Mm.
Oh, bless him. He's got a really serene look on his face.
Oh.
Yeah, let's just give him a minute.
Yeah, she knows where we're going, so she's not going to wait for you guys to lead the way. She'll go right through the middle and walks in. Let you guys follow. Telling her to stay, like some kind of dog.
Hey man, listen, I'm not like. It's just, you ever heard that song, Under My Thumb, Rolling Stones? You don't care if you're a dom. You'll fall in line like the rest of them.
Yeah, right.
Nah, he's yeah, it's, have you got him on Facebook? Do you want to send him a message and see what's happening?
Yeah. Oh, he's typing. At least it says he's typing, but that might have frozen as well. Oh, internet cut out, got turned off, on 3G now.
Oh, is he coming back to us, is he?
I assume so.
I hope so. I'll miss him
But
already.
whether that's just on Facebook or not.
He's cool, man. I really like his character. He's got going on. Like, he's kind of a bit. To anyone who might be watching this, we're having some technical difficulties. We apologise for the delay, and we'll be back as soon as possible.
Oh, we need a picture of the Raggedy doll, Raggedy Ann thing. Actually, I might have one of those.
What the hell is a Raggedy Ann?
We'll go with the Test Indian, apparently. So it looks like fans to me. And then there's the Test Ring. And the Test Stripe. But don't you...
Stripe
you probably don't remember it. The by Raggedy Ann, I kind of meant the ones they used to have where it had a doll in the middle when they did like that kind of style.
I've never seen it. Remember, I'm a bit younger than you.
That's true, and there were and I can barely remember it, but yeah.
I'm sure our parents could regale us with how easy we have it now.
Yeah. I will switch back to Lady Sheridan. Media files. Do. There we go. Should come up in a sec. Don't tell me I'm stuck on the test screen. I might need to take the effects off. Boop, 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 boop. Well, I'm new to this Manycam thing. Turns out they put it on top of the picture. Oh, you can only go on Facebook.
Oh no, you can only get on Facebook.
Yeah.
What's the deal? Is there any way you can get back to us, or?
I doubt it, and he's gone completely now, so we might want to stop live and just call the scene a day there.
Yeah, but I've got business to discuss with them. Let's think about it. Maybe we'll fill it in by saying Marcus had to shoot off. Like it's weird. Like if his internet's cut out, you should be able to just get it back on again.
No, because if the internet is gone, his standard internet is gone, and he's on the 3G, he might be on his phone.
Yeah, no, I understand. What I'm saying is, like, he should just be able to reset the normal internet, right?
You'd think so, but it might be a fault in the company.
Maybe. If you have him on Facebook, ask him if he might be able to hook back up, and if not, then we'll. We are still experiencing technical difficulties. Please bear with us in this difficult time. And if you're watching this on YouTube, skip ahead to the good bit.
If there is a good bit.
If there is a good bit.
Look in the comments below, where we will hopefully have put a comment, should all of this be a load of drivel, saying cut at the end of such and such time.
Has he replied?
He's typing. And now he's not typing, but no thing has picked up.
Maybe he's just still writing.
Yeah.
You know,
Ooh,
can't tell.
there it is. I won't be able to get it back tonight, as the router's in my mum's room, and waking her up at 3 in the morning would be a fate worse than diablerie.
Yeah. Vampire pun. Well,
Seems
in that
reasonable.
case,
Well, I think we'll have to call it and pick it up again tomorrow.
well, would you like to finish our meeting here and say that he had to run off? He was like, "Yeah, I've got some business."
Yeah, but I can't think of an excuse that would kind of work if he's just found out about 2 other vampires. I don't think he'd be scurrying off anywhere anytime soon, unless the hotel was on fire and he had to go save his mask.
Fair. Okay.
And I've got stuff in that hotel as well, so I'm voting against that one. Because if we go with that one, I'm blaming you for my Louis Vuittons.
Well, look. In that case, well, you can't blame me. What the fuck? Right. In that case, we'll pick it up part 2 tomorrow and finish the conversation.
Yep.
In case something gets in the way of that, then we'll just say that Limey has made you both aware of the situation with the Sabbat,
Uh-huh.
serious it is, and he has invited you to a war council meeting over the next couple of days. He'll take both your contact details, and he'll take both your contact details, and he'll let you know when the meeting will be.
Cool. Well, you've already got Lady Sheridan's, but yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He will bid you adieu.
Okay.
And we will leave him, as he is privy to, staring morosely into a glass of whiskey. And I guess that's where we'll end the broadcast.